I don't think we're aiming for that. I think with any process that will take place, we will have very, very strong security challenges. You know, I remember sometimes going to places where buses exploded, and it's terrible. We went to see, by the way, most of the buses that exploded was Iran's work, Islamic Jihad, that was nurtured by Iran in those years. Still is in many ways. Now it's Hezbollah up north. So, and you think about ISIS taking down an airplane in Sinai. Can you imagine that? And just all over the place. That's ISIS, that's an Islamic country. And everybody's pointing a finger at Israel. So, on the one hand, I say to myself, okay, we need to make an effect. We need to make a difference. We need to be proactive. On the other hand, you say to yourself, oh my God, let's just shut ourselves down. You know, I remember during last year, during Protective Edge. You know what my kids had to do? We lived in the heart of Tel Aviv, and their kindergarten was in a very, very, very old house. They didn't have a shelter. Now, you could not go to work forever, right? There were missiles shooting over Tel Aviv. And you know, the Iron Dome is also basically a missile shooting another missile, right? So parts of them, you know, you never know which part's gonna, God forbid, fall on your head. So my kids, who were at that time 3-year-old, they were taught to be beetles, right? To be ladybugs, you know, to just put their hands on their heads and just 3-year-old kids. 3-year-old kids. I would say about Israel, the Middle East, I would say that's probably the best way to portray hope for the best except for the worst, right? We have to expect everything in this region that we are. That's why America is so important to us. And America's Jewry, Dan, by the way, is very, very important to us. It's not that you give us legitimacy. I think we're a legitimate country anyway. But it is the strong ties and the fact that you're watching out for us as well makes us stronger. Okay. Makes us stronger. Any other questions?
Okay, last question. Yes, thank you.
We have the time czar here.
Hey, what is it?
Here.
Okay.
So a lot of people in this room probably know that the tech startups is the second most in the world. Do you think the Israeli government can do more to promote that, to change the PR battle? Just the innovation that comes out of Israel.
Sorry.
It's amazing. But a lot of the media focuses on the conflict. And if the Israeli government started to shift the PR battle towards the innovation, the life saving, sort of all the medical advancements, not just like security software, but also medical, agricultural. Do you think that the government's focusing on the wrong topics?
What's your name?
Adam.
Adam. Do you work with Israel?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you for this question. I think, oh my God, are we trying to point towards those directions? Netanyahu actually gave an interesting speech in the UN about a month and a half ago, and he was speaking about the Israeli startups. We're trying to invest a lot of money in promoting tourism to Israel. I mean, Israel is such a beautiful country. It's growing beautiful by the day. We are working very, very hard on exposing what we're doing. I mean, so even if you go to Nazareth, as I said before, you go to Beersheba, where it's, basically it's the cyber capital of the world nowadays. And not that it's the only homeland security and stuff like that, it's the only thing that's important. As you said, medical devices, medicine, agriculture. Amazing. I count my family, actually, my father started off with a very, very small kind of factory that now exports to 75 countries in the world, agricultural, irrigation accessories and desalination accessories. And that's mature industry, right? It's not even, but even mature industries like in high-tech kind of way, producing in high-tech kind of way. Israeli really is so, it's amazing. Just imagine, it'd be funny to say, do you remember the 2008 financial rundown? I mean, obviously, here with Israel went through it like. On the other hand, at the moment, growth in Israel is growing a bit slow. So that's concerning. That's concerning. That's why we're so concerned about labeling, about BTS, about things like that, that makes export so much harder. But I think government has nothing to do. Government is trying to aim there. But people don't always want to listen. People don't always want to listen. In that respect, I think our family in America, it's very, very important that you echo that. That you tell people, it's okay to go to Israel. It's amazing. I mean, people come to Israel and they're like, oh my God. It's not so, it's not what we see on CBS, on BBC, on Fox, well, Fox not. Fox is okay. But it's amazing to be there. It is, I really, I'm not sure if you understood, but I really love Israel. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But it is challenging. So, but probably that's part of the beauty of it, So the government, by the way, is investing a lot of money in promoting startups nowadays, in promoting mature industry, which from my perspective is very, very important. I actually had caucused the lobby for Israeli industry because I find it very, very important. It's very, very important in order to strengthen the Israeli economy. So, it's amazing to think that in the beginning of the 1990s, we were still a developing country. By the way, it's good and bad that we're not a developing country anymore, but we are developed, economy-wise. But can you imagine that our ratings is so high, for a country of that size, of that scale. So there are a lot of good things going on. And I hope more people will be willing to hear.
Thank you very, very much. I feel bad now for seeing how tired you are because no one could tell. Thank you for that, really those inspirational remarks.
I'm not tired anymore. Don't
say that because now they're going to hit you with more questions. And thank you again to Tammy, the DCJCC, Dean and a personal thank you to Alexis Schwartz, for helping make this happen. And thank you to Masad Israel. They're outside. They have a table with all the amazing programs there are to come to the wonderful Israel that Ayala spoke about. So please, what? Including all those tech programs. Thank you, Tammy. So please feel free to walk through the Masad table and check out the programs. And last but by no means least, Rinat and Tamir are here. And we really encourage you to stay for the discussion groups. They will be taking place right where the reception was and where the exhibit was. Please stay with us for the discussion groups. I think we have a lot of stuff to discuss following this fascinating program. If I don't say so myself. Thank you very much to everyone, and thanks for coming tonight.